Hello there, this is Kevin Miller, the voice of Sly Cooper, with our third ever unidirectional video chat. And a couple of quick shout outs before we get into the meat of our video chat today. I want to thank all the folks at the Sly Cooper Facebook page for giving props to our I Want Sly Cooper in His Own Animated Series Facebook page. Thanks for the swell of likes. And if you don't like their page, head on over there and like them. Also, I've been asked to continue to authenticate our Tumblr, and if you're not over there on the tumble and tumbling around with tumbles, go to Sly Cooper dash, this is a dash, theanimatedseries.tumblr.com. So again, that's Sly Cooper dash, theanimatedseries.tumblr.com. So, the last time we chatted, I offered you a chance to vote on what questions you'd want answered. And I was very pleased with the responses that we got and the question that you all chose, which was what kind of personalities would other ancestors of Sly have if and when Sly gets the chance to meet them? Now, as I've said before, I am not the authority on this. I don't have any privilege or right to invent or be the authority on this thing. So anything I say or make up is just that, made up. I want to make that very clear as a disclaimer before anybody later goes, hey, but Kevin Miller said, blah, 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 blah. And if you sound like that, you probably want to get your voice checked because it sounds kind of silly. But more importantly, I think you should know that whatever I come up with is part fan and part super informed person, or part super informed fan and part actor. Because I've had a lot of time to marinate with a lot of these characters. And I first heard of Slytunkhamen back in 2001 when we were auditioning Sly Cooper, and I thought, who is this cool guy? So, while I'm not going to do a rundown list of all the missing ancestors from the Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, I'll give you my take on one of them. And how about this? If this video pops above 500 likes or 500 watches, then I'll consider giving another one to you, or ruminating on another one. So yeah, Slytunkhamen. Who would he be, and what would it be like if Sly met him? Now, I think the folks at Sanzaro did such a great job of introducing conflict between Sly and his ancestors, because it'd be really easy for them just to all get along, and then no sort of drama would develop. But I think it's fun that like Tennessee and Sly kind of compete for Carmelita's affections, or him and Salim kind of have a weird competition thing. Or that he's lazy and he's trying to get him motivated. I think that stuff is really great. So I think if and when Sly gets the opportunity to meet Slytunkhamen, I think that Slytunkhamen is probably the most un-Cooper of all the Coopers. And what I mean is this, that Sly has the benefit of the Thievius Raccoonus, right? So do all the other Coopers, with the exception of Bob, who was kind of winging it because he's a caveman. But Slytunkhamen is inventing all these new moves. He doesn't know the ninja spire jump. He doesn't know the rail slide and the like. He has to make do with his own guts and his own instincts. So, it's sort of like the early church. They didn't have the Bible to read, so that they didn't know how to do this Christian thing. They just had to figure it out. And then people would write them letters and tell them how to do it, and then that's how we got the Bible. So I think that's what Slytunkhamen does. Like, oh, I'm going to try to steal something, and it doesn't work out. And then he's like, okay, here's how to not do that. And that becomes the Thievius Raccoonus, or the beginning of it. So I think if Sly and Slytunkhamen were to meet and hang out, Sly might be surprised to find that Slytunkhamen is not very slick, not very sly, and a lot of his abilities are kind of natural talent that come out. So he's probably very rough around the edges and not the cleanest, most masterful thief of all the master thieves. But most likely the most talented, innate Cooper, because he kind of starts the Thievius Raccoonus, right? We know that he's the one that begins the journey that all the Coopers go on. So that's my take and my bend on what it'd be like if Sly and Slytunkhamen hung out. I think Sly would be surprised to find that he was a little more rough around the edges, and maybe not as smooth as Sly and the rest of the Coopers. And that would create some cool tension between them. You had other great questions about, will Penelope continue to be evil, or will she ever redeem herself? Valuable question. And of course, there's scads of others. I'd love to continue to chat with you. You can email me show@gamerlandpodcast.com. Listen to the Gamerland Podcast, formerly known as the Second Funniest Podcast. And you can post questions here on the YouTube page or send me an email. I'm trying to collect as many questions as I can. I want to talk to you about as many different topics as possible. But there's so much to say, and we're already out of time. So, on behalf of myself, I would like to thank you for watching this YouTube video, otherwise known as a unidirectional chat, and okay, bye!